A fresh start, a joyful journey waiting to begin. New questions to be asked, embraced and learned. Answers to be discovered and then lived in this magical year of delight and self-discovery. Good morning everyone. On behalf of the school management and staff, I extend a warm welcome to our principal, Ms. Poonamji Kaur, the head of the junior school, Ms. Sarika Sharma, and our very dear parents. We treasure your partnership and support in all that we do. As we stand on the threshold of a new session, we shall invoke the blessings of the Almighty and commence the session in a positive aura. Light symbolizes abundance, prosperity, and knowledge. The lighting of an oil lamp is regarded as bowing down in knowledge. With this noble thought, let us start this beautiful morning by lighting the lamp. I now request our principal ma'am, the head of the junior wing, and our very dear parents are very punctual today. So Rahul's parents, Mr. Amrinder and Ms. Gurpreet, and Sehed's parents, Mr. Jitender and Sameet, to please come forward. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Rohan.
पापा कहाँ है?
पापा इम्पोर्टेंट कॉल पे। हम शुरू करें?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
What's for breakfast? French toast. Wow.
हाँ पापा your face. माँ, आपका New Year wish क्या है?
New Year wish. मुझे पक्का इस साल गिटार सीखना है। और आपका?
मुझे ना फोन चाहिए।
रोना, बहुत छोटे नहीं है फोन के लिए?
पापा मुझे आपका फोन चाहिए। मैं गिनूंगा नहीं, ऑफ करके रख दूंगा।
ये लीजिए, ऑफ कर दीजिए।
Every day, in 100 small ways, our children ask, do you hear me? Do you see me? Do I matter? Their behavior often reflects our response. They say your children need your presence more than your presence. I now request the parents to please keep their mobiles on a silent mode or switched off as we proceed for our orientation. Childhood is not about how quickly a child can write or count. Childhood is a small window of time to learn and develop at the pace which is right for each individual child. As we embark on a new academic session, we welcome you, dear parents, to a joyful journey of academic accomplishments. We at SWS believe that the art of teaching is the art of awakening the natural curiosity of young minds. We acknowledge the fact that schools and homes have shared goals and both are committed to nurturing the children. Leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into reality. Our director, Mr. Sandeep Sir, and our principal, Mrs. Poonam G. Kaur, need no introduction. They are our pillars of strength who continue to inspire us to achieve excellence. Thank you, ma'am, for creating a safe and a welcoming environment for our students at school. Your vision, your compassion and commitment to the well-being of the students is invaluable and truly makes a difference. A leader is the one who knows the way and shows the way. Our dynamic head, Ms. Sarika Sharma, is always there to support and guide us in all our endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. We believe that the children are the promise of the future, the assurance of greater things to come. It's a well-known fact that a strong foundation in the formative years plays a vital role in fostering lifelong competencies. The child's experience of learning in the foundation years has a profound influence on their learning abilities. So let's together nurture their innate potential and make them confident, competent, and caring. As we begin the new session, we would like to thank you, dear parents, for trusting your precious ones in our care. And we hope to instill in them a love for learning and make the journey at SWS a delightful experience. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. We at SWS believe every child has a different learning style and pace. Every child is unique, not only capable of learning, but also capable of succeeding. Education is not just about learning facts, but more so about learning how to think. It's learning to make good choices. It is learning to act with a purpose. Our teaching learning practices focus on the child's well-being in all areas. We strive to develop an enthusiasm for learning by nurturing curiosity, a sense of wonder, and eagerness to learn by providing them a stimulating environment and empowering our young minds. Play gives children to practice what they are already learning. Our curriculum is led by NEP. The guiding principles of NEP are identifying and fostering the unique capabilities of each student by sensitizing teachers as well as parents to promote each child's holistic development in both academic and non-academic areas. It states that the purpose of education is to develop good human beings capable of rational thought and action, possessing compassion and empathy, courage and resilience, a scientific temper, and creative imagination. The 5 C's of our curriculum. We at SWS strive to provide a platform which students can express without fear, collaborate with their peers, enhance their critical thinking. We give wings to their imagination and creativity and instill skills and values which will help them to appreciate the Indian ethos and keep them rooted to their culture and heritage. Let the students of SWS be described as inquisitive, empowered, knowledgeable, and critical thinkers. Tell me I forget. Teach me, I remember. Involve me, and I learn. We create an environment where the children are led from the known to the unknown. They learn by exploring, discovering, creating, and reflecting. Positive, concrete, hands-on experiences encourage young children to make choices, decisions, explore their immediate environment. They learn to collaborate, integrate, inquire, construct, and reflect. I can give you the tools to reach the dreams that you have inside. Various tools like pair share, think pair share, role play, read aloud, quizzes, pitch talk are used to initiate learning and mold our young learners. Cognitive, fine motor, creative skills are enhanced through these techniques, where students learn by doing and are prompted to think out of the box. They're guided to use their knowledge and skills to cope up with real-life challenges. I believe that to teach a child effectively, you must touch their hearts long before you begin to teach their young minds. We begin the day with greetings and morning rituals, followed by engaging and interactive lessons. Children are engaged and exposed to wonderfully bright and stimulating learning areas. We integrate digital pedagogies with the curriculum to enhance their knowledge and skills. With a holistic, student-centric and interdisciplinary approach to education, the curriculum centers on identifying the unique talent and potential of every kid and nurture it so that it can blossom. The curriculum, through each of its parameters, focuses on boosting the social, emotional, physical, motor, and cognitive development of each child. It aims at developing skills and competencies. Our curriculum is age appropriate and is based on learning outcomes and progressive teaching by integrating concepts. The child begins to perceive not only through his eyes but also through his speech. Language development is crucial in the early years. It supports their ability to communicate, express, and understand feelings. Children start with phonic sounds and then move on to blending words and forming sentences. I do believe something magical can happen when you read. Reading exposes the students to the magical world of words. Reading rituals help a little wonderites hone their listening and speaking skills. We're sharing a few reading strategies here. The phonological awareness teaches children how words are pronounced and what the letters sound like. Decoding is the process of sounding out words. Children use this skill to break down words to specific sounds and then blend the sounds together to form the word. Reading fluency is the ability to read out loud, accurately, at a good pace and with expression. Building vocabulary in early childhood is all about exposing children to language by talking to them and reading to them. Select books with repetitive text. Repetition encourages comprehension. While you read, help your child make connections by asking questions about the story and encouraging them to visualize it. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. Numeracy is an important part of learning for children in the early years as it provides vital life skills. Children use numbers, concepts, and skills to explore, discover, and create. They analyze and apply their knowledge to real-life context. Children are naturally inquisitive. We help kids understand why the environment is important, provide them with building blocks they need to live an eco-friendly and sustainable life. Kids are encouraged to research, investigate how and why things happen. There are shortcuts to happiness. Dance, music, and art is one of them. Each discipline of music, dance, and art engage a child's brain, body, and emotions in different ways to encourage their confidence and find joy in self-expression. It's not just about winning or losing, but to learn about teamwork, learn about sportsmanship, learn about discipline, the value of working together for a common goal. Sports play an important role. They help children to develop physical skills, get exercise, make friends, have fun, learn teamwork, learn to play fair, and improve their self-esteem. Life skills go hand in hand with growth and development. So, it's important to teach children how these skills help them to focus and get them some amount of self-control. It also helps the children in their abilities to communicate, comprehend, and make choices and social connections for themselves. It works on the critical thinking area and helps children to take on challenges in life. Children love circle time. It brings out just the right blend of stature, enjoyment, and learning. It offers children a safe place to develop their social and emotional connect. The aim of assessment is to build knowledge and skills through a variety of ongoing activities and assignments. Weekly reviews will be conducted to assess concept clarity of the children. We have incorporated the Sustainable Developmental Goals in our school calendar this year to bring about an awareness and sensitize our children. The SDGs, also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by the United Nations as a universal call for action to end poverty and protect the planet and ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. Our students thrive in an environment of collective pride and achievement. It is heartening to see each child bloom, each one with a different hue, a different fragrance, a different persona, and yet so unique in his or her own specialty. So let's together take a sneak peek into the fun-filled sessions of the last year. There's no role in life that is more important than that of motherhood. To express their love and gratitude, the students celebrated Mother's Day. The little ones spoke proudly and thanked their mothers for the unconditional love bestowed on them. Grandparents are angels with silver in their hair and gold in their heart. Through this love and special care, the grandparents keep the family together. To honor them, the students of the foundation years celebrated Grandparents' Day and thanked them for all the love. A book is a gift you can open again and again. To celebrate the joy of reading books and inculcate reading habits in the students, the Literacy Week was observed. The DEAR program was introduced to imbibe this habit in the early years. The students of class UKG and 1 hosted the annual event of the SWS family, the musical Munchkins. They welcomed the little toddlers of Small Wonders for a musical euphony. It was a nostalgic day for the little Wonderites as they shared the beautiful memories of their kindergarten years. For a better tomorrow, plant more trees and make this planet a better place to live in an endeavor to sensitize students about the importance of protecting our environment. To sensitize students about the importance of protecting our environment, a germination activity was conducted by the students of class 1. Activity-based learning ensures active engagement of the learner with the concepts and instructional materials. Learning is hands-on and experiential, providing learners the opportunity of learning through manipulations of materials and objects. When learning is purposeful, creativity blossoms. When creativity blossoms, thinking emanates. When thinking emanates, knowledge is fully lit. The students performed the balloon and the lemon experiment that helped them to understand the concept in a better way. What an accomplishment! Festivals are there to teach us that life is a celebration. Keeping in view the cultural diversity of our nation, we at SWS celebrate and rejoice in the spirit of all festivals. Special assemblies are regularly conducted to mark the special occasions and bring home the relevance of these festivals to our young generation. The students of grade 2 presented their class show Once Upon a Time. The Theatre Fest was based on the theme of the ever-popular fairy tales. The show highlighted the importance of stories during childhood. Attired in vibrant costumes, the children cast a magical spell on the audience with their captivating performances. The annual sports day, Ready to Rumble, was held in the school premises. The students enthralled everyone with their skill and dexterity with great zeal and fervor. It was a colorful spectacle of fun races where the little ones tried their best to outdo each other. The event culminated with the prize distribution. The school ground echoed with cheers of applause. Graduation is an exciting time. It's both an ending and a beginning. It's warm memories of the past and great dreams of the future. The graduation day commemorates the precious moments of the little ones and offers an opportunity to celebrate the culmination of their kindergarten years and the beginning of new experiences to come. It's time for us to stand and cheer for the doer, the achiever, the one who recognizes the challenges and does something about it. Our little Wonderites have made us proud by bringing laurels to school. Kovam and Ridhima have won medals in the state level in skating and tennis. Abhiru has won the international first rank in science and English Olympiad. And the students of class 1 and 2 have brought accolades by winning gold medals in the Olympiads. Before we move further, I would like to share a heartwarming poem with all of you. If I had 2 wishes, I know what they would be. I'll wish for roots to cling to and wings to set me free. Roots of inner values like rings within a tree and wings of independence to seek my destiny. Roots to hold forever, to keep me safe and strong, to let me know you love me when I have done something wrong. me by example and help me learn to choose. To take those actions every day to win instead of lose. Just be there when I need you to tell me it's alright. To face my fear of falling when I test my wings in flight. Don't make my life too easy. It's better if I try and fail and get back up myself so that I can learn to fly. If I had two wishes and two were all that I had, they could just be granted by my mom and dad. I would not ask for money or any store-bought things. The greatest gifts I'll ask are simply roots and wings. Let's together give our children roots to grow and wings to fly. I now request the head of the junior wing, Ms. Sarika, to apprise you about the process and the rules to be followed.
Thank you, Mandeep. I think a face that should be much familiar to all of you. She's heading and she's the coordinator of the foundation years team. So she'll be heading the teachers of the foundation years. So she would kind of set to be a link between you and the educators. So anything that you need to ask, inquire, she is the best person to be addressed to. So thank you, Mandeep. I think wonderful words that ma'am has ended with. So there are several activities I think which would give us strong roots and which would give us great wings. Swimming activity has been looked forward by children. So this year we are very happy that we will be starting off the swimming activity for these kids. So shortly when they join us, they will be under very safe hands and being monitored for their swimming activity. Trips and tours, something again which is to be looked forward this year. The children would be going for small trips during the day, during the school hours, and accordingly we will be informing, and your acknowledgement and consent would be seek for all this. So they will be venturing out of the school premises to learn and kind of inquire and maybe move into discover the new environments. Yet another thing that we look forward to greatly this year, that's the school cafeteria. So on days when moms, like ma'am said, want to be easy, they can always opt for the kids to kind of bring the coupons which would be given to you priorly, and you can choose what out of a list of menu what you want your child to have for that day, and the helpers, the BDs in the classrooms will provide them within the classroom itself. So I think few of you must be aware, like till class 2 we don't follow any homework routines as such. So there is a no homework policy, yet just to reiterate and kind of recap all that's happened in school, worksheets, reading assignments, certain kinds of small tasks may be kind of sorted out to you, they will be shared to you, and that is just to go through what happened in the school so that you have a better insight into what your child is doing here. So here we would just want you to assist them and rather supervise them and be there as a guiding rather and not indulge in kind of helping them doing their work. So don't indulge in doing the work, rather just kind of help them and support them. All circulars will form a kind of information that we need to share with you. So here, kindly treat all circulars to be marked as important only, because whatever goes from us will only go if it's important. So whatever help we require from your end, the support or any kind of preparation that needs to be handed over to the child for maybe the next day, the week, or any event, celebration, activity, that is seek from your end. So here I seek your cooperation to get the best from the educators and the best the child can do here. In case you have any technical issues related to your school pad, because school pad is the information platform where you will be shared all the circulars, all the information. In case you are facing any problem with the IT related issues, you can just call up at the reception. We will be sharing shortly the number also of the IT expert, and you can just contact and the things will be taken care of immediately. So leave rules and expectations. So our expectation would be that the child is going to be with us all days that we are working. So without saying, avoid not sending your child to school on the smallest of the pretext. These kids are very smart. Avoid taking, giving into them, and make it a practice whatsoever they must come to school. Another thing, that's our expectation. Kindly do not try to pull out your child half day in between for your convenience, because that somehow hampers the working of the school and also makes your child uncomfortable. So once in a while, if you need to make it that your child has to go along with you, you may priorly inform the class teacher, send a leave, and you may keep the child away for a day or so, but avoid sending and then taking him on a half day. So the list of holidays, just for your planning and convenience, the school website has the e-calendar. So you can just go to the school website and download the e-calendar, which will give you an entire planning of the whole year, and also the month-wise activities, celebrations, events that go. Just to help out the parents to get an idea into what's going to happen through the month, there's a monthly note that's shared by the coordinators on the first day of the month. Gives you the entire curriculum that will be followed through the month, the activities, the events, any competitions that are going to be held. So it gives you a kind of preview of the month. So when we go in for academics, there are certain issues that are faced by the children. They may not all be at par. So just to extend a helping hand to those children who may lack somewhere in maybe the reading or the writing skills, or maybe the few conceptual areas are not so clear, or the clarity has not been maintained. We kind of extend a helping hand in the form of a remedial classes, which start from the month of July, because April and May the class teachers are and the subject teachers are kind of identifying your ward for what areas they would seek help. School timings, so right there 8 o'clock in the morning, and maybe 5 minutes early so that the child is a little comfortable. He doesn't have to rush up, because the school gates open only 10 minutes before the school time. So the teachers are in at 7:45, and we expect that the children should be there only once the teachers are in the premises. Class UKG, since it's a junior grade, so we have 9:30. So I think most of you are parents of grade 1 and 2. So that information is just for. So punctuality is of utmost importance. I think that you all will understand. Health and wellness. The school is well equipped and has a total sensitivity towards maintaining the high standards of health and wellness, not only physically but mentally. So for the physical aspect, we have a very dedicated and compassionate nurse who's very well trained, and she looks after the first aid that needs to be provided to the child in case he complains of anything in the class. So most of them, they immediately, when there is an issue, address the teacher who's in the class. Mostly in your case it would be the class teacher, and then the child is escorted to the infirmary where the nurse provides the first aid or the immediate help that's required. So here, just for your information, I would like to share that the school does not provide any kind of medication to the students in any form. So we do not administer any medicine. The process is that when we find that the child needs to go back home and needs parents' intervention, then we contact the parents, and that's how I would just request also that the numbers that you share with us should be out of both the parents, one of them should always be accessible. There have been times when we find that the parents have not been picking up the call and we can't administer them any medicine. That becomes a little hassle for us to take a decision. So since we don't administer any medicine, we just kind of call the parents for immediate medical help to be taken by them. In case it's just an emergency and the parent is not able to kind of make it, we through a written consent give the medicine so that only with your written thing it can be given in case there's an emergency. So that's for all, and of course we look to the overall kind of safety of the thing, but still at times children are vulnerable. So, and if in case these days we find a lot of infections and viral going on, please keep your child at home, because we don't want the others to be kind of, and of course your child, if he's not well, he'll not be able to pull through the day, so to avoid sending him to school for that day. We have a special educator to support children with special needs, and a great work is going on in the school just to have a kind of these students be a part of our inclusive schools. So quickly I'll go through the important guidelines for you parents. Of course you must have already received an iCard for your student, and those would be the temporary iCards. Once we have these children in the school, you will be getting those permanent iCards. So the iCards go for both the children and the parents. Children are supposed to wear these iCards every day to school, as it gives a lot of their personal information, which is readily available to anyone who needs to kind of convey to you. And there is an iCard for the parents, for those parents who come to pick up their awards from school. So that gives us an information that the child is going to the right hands. You already have brought your stationery books and notebooks, so I am quite confident they must be well labeled, and in case still you are not through with this, then maybe there are a couple of days when the bags that are sent, or the stationery or the water bottles that are sent are well labeled, at least for the initial days, because it helps the child to identify these things, and sometimes they might be similar water bottles and tiffins these days. So your residential address and bus number on the school bag. So just for a couple of days, it's really going to be very helpful from your end. So parents are requested to carry their iCards when they come to pick their wards, and any kind of change that's related to the personal information of the ward or your residential team, that needs to be informed to the school office well in time, and it can be done through an email also. So the school uniform, I will not go into the details since all this is already there in the school almanac, the exact details. So you may just go download your thing, and I think we've shared an orientation circular. So in that you will find all the details, what is required. Of course, for the winters, we will be kind of reiterating it again. Birthdays are special, but so are they for us here in school. But we always believe we keep it simple in school, and that's how we don't want anyone to feel kind of, so that can go at home, your fine celebrations, that's individual, but in school we want everybody to be addressed in a similar way, and that's why we expect you to just share 2 candies, that's all. Kindly do not, with an underline, share any sort of eatables and make requests for any other kind of gifts to be shared with the classmates. So I seek cooperation here, and yes, of course, the children can come in their party dress for that day. They can be, dressed in their best to have a good feeling of being special on that day. So just for the information's sake, because this is a concern for you as parents and as us for educators, so we have 2 breaks. So one we call the fruit break, and in the fruit break, it's just a kind of a nibble that you can have to suffice that early morning hunger time. So it could be fruits, and like in the previous session ma'am just said, in case, so it's not very rigid, you may send a kind of a cookie or a quick sandwich or something, because there might be days when it's not possible for you to kind of, make fruits available to them. So you may kind of do. So it's not a very rigid, but that is just to inculcate a habit and a good practice to eat fruits, because seeing the peer, these children are usually encouraged to do so. And to have table manners and etiquettes, a table napkin, or proper, I would say, even the cutlery. Sometimes children are having, you are sending noodles and all, but they're eating with their hand. So I think that would go a long way to help us teach them the table manners and the etiquettes. So I think through the whole day we've been listening that parental involvement is most important. And here I think I recall the video, father's involvement is very, very important. So it's so heartening to see so many fathers here today. So I think that goes to say, and I think it's really, we are actually evolving in that matter also, that we feel that it's not just the mother who has to take care of the child, and a lot comes from the father. So it's both of us together who have to kind of give that quality time to our kids. So your involvement as parents and not single mother, father are required, and positive reinforcement to these children so that they feel nice, they feel confident. So every time they do something, appreciate, motivate, that's what the teachers do, give a small smiley or a star, and that's how the child feels like, I'll do it. And as parents, we should not expect perfection day one. So we should not stress them with the kind of attitude that I need to make my child perfect. Let him grow and let him appreciate his every day that he's growing little by little, and that's how they will become, more positive, confident, and I think we'll have a kind of constructive interaction with them, because they will not kind of make a mind frame that my parents are always, demotivating me. So I don't want to explain this, and just say that together we know that we can make a difference. A team is always better than one. So let's all come together and work and move ahead this year to make what's the best for our kids. Small activities, but very impactful, and they say a lot about a child. And I think it says a lot about what's going on at home also. So packing their school bags is little by little, when right in the beginning you involve your child, let's pack your bag. Like you are just helping him, but you're making it a point that he is involved. Tying shoelaces, zipping and buttoning jackets, opening your tiffin boxes, and to that extent writing your name, and of course remembering the phone numbers of their parents. The most important in the list, I would say, is to remember the phone numbers of the parents, because when we also tell children how to kind of tackle emergencies, that's the most important. They should know the names of their parents, they should know their contact numbers. So these are few skills that I think we must reinforce at home. All Saturdays are off for the kids, so I think you can. I was not going to say that, but can already sense that. So you can plan wonderful weekends for yourself and have a good time with your kids. In case you all want to meet us and have certain queries, issues, you may come to us on Saturdays. The class teachers will be only available on Saturdays. Like in the previous session I told Principal Ma'am, she's available 24/7. It's that way for us at least. And for you, she's available during the school hours. And I'm really fortunate that ma'am is not only open for you parents, but for all the staff and the educators. We can just step in as and when we want. So that is the comfort that ma'am exudes. So I think feel comfortable that whenever you have an issue, whenever you are in need of a query, you want to be addressed, ma'am is at least always there. So our school pad says that school website says a lot about what's happening in school. All activities, events that are, so you can see they are being recorded and they are uploaded so that even if you are not been a part of the event or celebration, you can enjoy that at the comfort of your homes. Email, like I told you, is I think now the very strong means of communication in school. So the slightest of communication that you want to make to the school, you may do through the school email. Next picture. So we have a YouTube channel. So this is where you can kind of just see all those events being recorded and uploaded. So once in a while, maybe when you are here, we'll kind of bother you to share, like, and also comment on the kind of activities that are happening in school, because that is an impetus for us that we are on the right track, and that will work as a source of inspiration for us to create better and better things for the kids. And of course, anything we do, everything we do, it's worth working for the child. So we will be there together. This is the email and it's there on your circulars also, so you can refer there also in case you just cannot remember it. So a big thank you for all of you to be here and give such a wonderful hearing, and you're all wonderful audience. Just wishing you that this session is going to be not just fruitful but great learning, and I seek your cooperation. So I think as we move together, we have lots of interaction and lots of fun, I would say. Thank you all so much. And now I would request our worthy principal ma'am to kindly address the parents.
Parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, neighbors, if there are any. So let me start with a Chinese proverb. It actually takes a village to raise a child. So if you are doing it alone, give yourself a big pat. Yes, let's clap for ourselves. It's not easy. It's not, yes, that I love that. Sir just patted ma'am on her shoulder. So we know who's raising the child there. Yes? Yeah. So the most difficult job in the world is being a parent. We get that. We get that. So applauds to all of you. And the fact that you have given us the responsibility of your child. And we have mother teachers. Double applause. Yes, we have mother teachers who are looking after your precious babies. That's a very difficult task. So they are being mothers to your children and they are being teachers, plus they are also, most of them, mothers to their own children. Right? So that is where the responsibility and the accountability coming from. So believe me, please seek as much much help as you need from us, from your family, from your neighborhood. Like I said, it takes a village to raise one child, the good way. Anybody can raise a child, but if you really want a child to grow up to be a good human being, you need the inputs of the grandparents, of the aunts, of the uncles, of the friendly neighbors, right? Good educators, good friends. Everything matters for a child to grow up into a good human being. So that is why our job is cut out for us. We all have to be on our toes day in, day out. That is why when ma'am said my door is open, yes, it's almost 24/7 because something or the other is happening. We are so many of us and we have to be there for each other. Right? That is what it's all about. It's not about learning numbers. It's not about learning language only. It's about creating human beings to be the best versions of themselves. That is what is important. That is our responsibility as parents, as teachers. Because we can't afford to fail. Yes, they can. These little class tests are not that important. Please don't focus on them. Focus on the values. Focus on the thought behind what we are doing. Don't worry whether your child got the first position or the second position. That doesn't matter. It's important that the child participate, that the child enjoy, that the child learn anything. Maybe your child learned more from that activity than the child who came first. Learn to think like that. That is what our idea is. That is what good education is. That is what we need to do for our children. Teach them how to learn. Because learning is important. Not winning, not getting marks. So over here, that is what we need to focus on. I will never say this to my class 10 parents, by the way. Alright? So when you come there, don't expect me to say marks don't matter. When we are in 10th, we say that. Yes, because we also have to prepare our children for the boards. We have to prepare them for the life outside because the marks will matter in what subjects they will get. There is a time and a place for everything. So what I am trying to say is, let your children enjoy their childhood right now. Let them learn what they're supposed to learn. Let them enjoy now so that when the time comes, they are ready to focus on those. So priorities will change. So right now, you need to let your children be children. Yes? Alright, thank you so much. Are there any questions, any doubts, any queries? Yes, so let's also introduce these beautiful mother teachers. They have beautiful souls for your children. All the teachers, mother teachers and activity teachers, ma'am will introduce them.
So in the previous session we had grades 1A and 1B educators. Now I will call upon Ms. Swati. She is the educator for grade 1C. You can identify her as the teacher for your work. 1B will be taken care of by Poonam Kamal ma'am. And 2A, Miss Anjali, and she's also the class in charge for grade 2. Calling upon the activity teachers, I would invite Preeti ma'am, she's the dance educator. The art educator, Miss Harnoor. Our special educator, Miss Pooja Karoga. The music educator, Miss Aditi. Our IT educator, Miss Apeksha. Our HOD activity, Mr. Jaideep. And our very dedicated nurse, Miss Neha. So this is the competent, caring team that's taking care of your children here, and we are really indebted to all of them. So, thank you so much. As we could regarding the school working. Hence, yet if you have any queries, so ma'am is there, and of course we all are there, and of course ma'am's support for anything that you feel you need to kind of ask any queries, we are open for it. Well, that makes me feel so nice, you know.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me feel nice because if there are no questions, either we weren't paying attention, right? Or there are too many questions and we are not asking. So if you have any suggestion, if you have any question, if you have any doubt, please do ask. And if you don't want to ask in the open forum, that's also, we understand that. So if you want to connect later, like I said, you can come and visit us anytime. On a Saturday, you can meet me, or any other day you can meet me. You can give a call to the school. So something that I always keep repeating is, please do not wait for a little thing to become a big thing, right? So as and when you need clarity, as and when something is not setting right with you, please speak up so that we can resolve it. We can find the solution. Because there is no problem in this world which does not have a solution, right? We just have to find one that is acceptable in the school. So please speak up and call the reception. They will connect you to the coordinators, to the head of the junior wing, or to me, depending on your problem. Yes? So there is nothing that will not be resolved. Of course, your first go-to person is the class teacher. If it is something that you want your class teacher, the mother teacher to know, send a diary note. She will be looking at the diaries and she will revert in writing. Do not send messages to our teachers anymore because COVID is over, parents. We have taken the phones back from our teachers. Please make sure that you do not think that the teacher will be seeing your messages. They are not supposed to be seeing their phones till 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock they are driving home. We don't want them to be looking at their phones. And thereafter we expect them to be with their families. So we have enough people in school who are supposed to be listening to you. And that's the reception. We have two very pretty ladies sitting there. They are there to listen to your queries. They will connect you. And anything that you want, if you want it in writing, you want a query, there is a suggestion, you can mail to us. We have a very, very rigorous process as far as mails are concerned. Every mail that you write reaches me in about 1 to 2 days, definitely. Generally, it's the second day, right? So if you mail, obviously again, if you are sending the mail in the evening, it'll come to me the next day, because I also don't check your mails at home, right? So they are given to me the next day. So please call, send a diary note or email whenever you have a problem, and we will resolve it. Alright? Anything else?
Ma'am, my suggestion is this.
Yes, sir.
Like swimming, some other activity should also start.
Like what,
Like
sir?
sports, tennis.
All the sports activities are on, sir. All the sports activities are there. So whether it is the children are playing cricket or basketball or whatever, so at their level, so skill-based learning will happen for all the sports. So that is on already. The only thing is that swimming was not on during those 2 years of COVID, as it is 1 year the children were with you. In fact, 1.5 years, and last year also, because we were not very sure still. And we did keep having the different waves of COVID coming, so we didn't start. This year, we'll be starting ASAP. Alright, so that is why the swimming part was there, and like ma'am mentioned, the angle of safety comes into the swimming. So that is why we want to make sure that you are aware. If there is any parent who does not want their child to be a part of swimming, please send us a written application. Right? You need to give it to us in writing that we don't want our child to be swimming. However, let me tell you, we have a qualified trainer. He's our HOD sports. He will be with the children for swimming. We have a house boy who will be present. We have a lady attendant who will be present. Plus, we will have the mother teacher and the class attendant who will be present during the swimming lessons till class 2. Yes, so you do not have to worry. However, if you are somebody like me who's scared of swimming and you do not want your child for whatever reason to swim, we need it in writing. Alright? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Naveen. Once the new session starts in April, so generally it starts around July, once the children settle in. So we will get back to that also, and it will be open to our students and the neighborhood children, as we used to do earlier.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, dear parents, for taking out your valuable time. It's heartening to see a full attendance today despite the weather conditions. Please join us for a cup of tea, and after the tea you can proceed to the classrooms to deposit the books and the stationery with the class educators. Thank you so much. Have a good day.